I'm not going to wait for anybody to come in, but I'm about to show y'all what I'm about to do. So, you know, they always say, be careful what you ask for, right? Just about everything that I have asked for, or that I even expressed within myself that I wanted, I got. Okay? So the last place that that lady who raised me lived in was a very small place. I liked it. I was like, oh, I like this small environment, you know. What would it be like to live in a very small place? So I wanted a small place. And that's exactly what I got, okay? I don't dislike it, because sometimes, how much does a person need? The reason I'm in this small place is because when I went to New York and I came back, it was like, okay, I need something quick. Got something quick. Very nice area. In Shaker Heights, okay? And it's 2 bedrooms, but it's really small, okay? It was just going to be a kind of a I'm in and out type thing. But I've been here. And it's not bad at all, you know. I might stay here. Of course, you know, like I said in the live that I was just doing, this one girl has been tracking me and following me. Yeah, tracking me and following me, so she knows where I live. But whatever. Okay. So when I first moved in, I asked the landlord, could I paint? And he was like, yeah, you just got to show me what color. So, probably this month or October, I've been here 2 years. Okay. And I thought I would be gone. But part of me is just like, you know, I don't really have a need at this particular time for anything larger. Everything that I need is here. Okay. Do I like the area? I mean, it's quiet. It's a suburb. Like I said, I was always in the city. It's not bad. It's just not moving. You know, the environment is very, outside, you know, the neighborhood, it's a very still environment. Okay. But it's good enough for the time being in terms of the area. Okay. I was very much a city person, inner city person. I had to go live in the suburbs, and I have a couple times, and it's like, yeah, it's okay. Okay. I don't mind the inner city. Okay. But moving on. So 2 years later, here I am. I'm like, okay, I'm going to paint. Okay. Showed him the color. He's like, you know, fine. So that's what I'm about to do. I lived in my grandmother's house. My sibling, my brother had lived there before me. He didn't really make any changes to it, you know, from the way she had it. He didn't make any changes to it. But so I was in there for a minute, and after a while, I was like, okay, this shit I gotta make some changes. You know what I'm saying? So I like color. So I think when he was there, when I first moved in, all the walls were white. Okay. Very, you know, just boring and dull. Okay. He still had the paneling up that she put in there probably like in the 80s or some shit like that. The fireplace, she had put towel on it. Somebody took the towel off, so it was that glue that was stuck on there. So I just kind of revamped everything. I laid towel. I painted the living room, dining room. I painted the little entryway, foyer area. Okay. Color. I put a lot of color. Purple. I had one room, not like purple, but a purple in a family of purple. One room in a family of orange. Finally, my bedroom, it took a while, but finally I had it like a lime green color. So anyway, as you can see, the walls are just gray. Okay. And it's not just so much about, for me, oh, it's so dull and yeah, I ain't live anywhere and make it work, okay? But I like color. And besides that, I mean, gray is a color, but, you know, vibrant colors. But besides all that, it's just like I like to do stuff. You know what I'm saying? I just like to do stuff. I love painting, you know. I love, when I did all that work, I had never done, well, I'm not going to say I had never done it before. I had never painted before. But the room that I had lived in on the other side of the house, I didn't paint it. Oh, but I took up the carpet and worked all the floor, the wood floor. And my grandmother told me she knew how to do all that shit. She took me to the hardware store, We got all the stuff for the wood. I just like doing stuff like that. So when I was doing the work, when I lived the other side of the house, I like working with my hands. Okay. It's creative. And to be able to say, wow, look at what I just did. Okay. So the dining room, when I painted it, the lady who raised me picked up my daughter. It was a Wednesday night. She took her to this little camp thing at this church called Awana. I'm sure some of you out there may have heard of that. They may still have it. And by the time she got back, the room was done. And she said, you did all that in this little bit? Yeah, I did. Now, so we're talking about a regular size dining room. So I was getting on ladders. I had blue tape at the time. I just went and got this. I was going to get the blue tape. But the lady told me that this tape was better, frog tape, that is multi-surface, because that blue tape, see how it does? It's kind of, it's not a clean, when you pull it off, it's not clean, okay? Not sharp and clean, but she said this one is sharp and clean. So I said, yeah, the blue tape does do that. I recognize that when I had it before, it did do that. So I got this frog tape. This is the part that I hate. This probably is going to take me about maybe 2 hours altogether from, I didn't get the plastic for the floor because I forgot when I was in line at the Home Depot. I was like, well, shit, I got garbage bags. Like, I open those and put it out. Okay, good enough. All right. So, and I could probably do it without. I was able to do it before because I'm just cold like that. Okay. I know how to, I'm not a slob and sloppy and just do shit willy-nilly, you know what I'm saying, without any kind of, precision. Pay attention to what the fuck you're doing. I probably don't have to put anything down. But I'm going to put the, when I get to it, put the garbage bags down. So this part right here, and I got the paint. Now let me show you what I got. I won't show you the color, okay, right now. I got paint and primer mix, because that's what I had before. Durable, long-lasting finish, low odor, as well as it is, I think she called it eggshell, the finish, so that it has just a tiny bit of a shine, not glossy, but not matte either, so that if something gets on the wall, you can wipe it off, wipe it clean. So it does have a tiny bit of a sheen to it. Okay, so that's what, like I said, this is gonna take the longest. None of the woodwork. Well, even if it was, I would still have to put it up. But none of the woodwork is painted. And I didn't think about that until today, till I was getting this paint. Because none of the woodwork in my grandmother's house was painted. I've seen the other two living spaces. No, I've only seen one of the other living spaces in this house, and the woodwork is not painted. So I like that. You understand what I'm saying? I like that. So anyway, this is what I was about to do, okay? I just wanted to show you. Again, this is going to take me the longest to do. I do not like doing this part, but by golly, it has to be done. And honestly, it may not have to be done. It depends on, like I said, your precision, okay? And anything I put my hands to do, I do well, okay? Despite what you heard, baby. Okay, these are the jealous low-hanging fruit. I wish I was her. I'm going to do the black magic and get her essence, bitch. Okay, but anyway, let's get to this right here. I'm not going to, of course, keep this on. I just want to share, doing this, what I'm about to do. I just love doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to just sit around and don't do nothing? I mean, some people do that. Just don't do nothing. God damn, activities, work, just something, do something, okay? And besides the same old shit. And it's so funny because when I had done the work at my grandmother's house, all the painting, a painter came in one time when I wasn't there. The lady who raised me had him in there. And I probably told y'all this. I'm going to tell it again. And he was really impressed with the paint job. I had never painted before. And he was like, who did this? And she told him, he couldn't believe it. He was like, I need somebody like her, to work with us. You don't need to be working with them men. You don't need to be doing that. That type of shit. Okay. Anyway, I'm about to do this. Okay. And enjoy my motherfucking self. Now, my bedroom, I looked around and said, oh, it's much bigger in here. And like I said, it's a very small place. So the wall, the ceiling, it's kind of got this. You probably can see it sometimes when I do videos, or have seen it on some of my videos. It's at an angle. Okay, so, I was like, shit. And it wasn't hardly anything in this room. I mean, it was stuff in here, but not a lot. It's a lot more stuff in my bedroom. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I got to move all this shit around. I don't know if I want to do it. But let me see how I feel after I do this, and the joy that it's going to bring my very soul. Okay. All right. So into a. No, I'm not going to show you the room when I'm done, but you will see the room, because I probably will, every now and then I'll go from room to room doing videos. So I might come back in here. Okay. And do some videos. So you'll see the job. All right. All right. You all have fun. I'm going to listen to something good on there. And like I said, what time is it? It's 2 o'clock. I guarantee, I will be completely done by 4:30 at the latest. Now I might have to do 2 coats. I tried to get the same kind of paint from before. When I did the painting at my grandmother's house, I only had to do 1 coat. Okay, but she said I might have to do 2, and I was like, well, the room is so small. Trust that I can probably get about 3 coats possibly out of this gallon, but definitely I can get 2. All right. So I just was like, looking like I look around. I can do this shit myself. I ain't gotta. When I was lived at her house, I ain't gotta pay nobody to do this. Now there was what I did get somebody to paint. One of them, that lady raised one of her nieces, her brother. He painted. For me, going up my steps and at that house in the hallway, he did that for me. Oh, and he painted my bedroom too, because at that point I just didn't want to do it. I could have done it, but I didn't want to do it. Okay, so, but I'm always like, shit, I can do the shit myself. Okay, it ain't shit I can't do. You understand what I'm saying? All right, so I shall return. You all have favor and be blessed.